So we've had a couple of questions in, Jim,
Okay.
in a segment we've entitled Dear Jim.
Yes, of course we have. Yes.
Dear Jim, will Ireland ever win a World Cup? I don't know who this is from. So that's either a Safa being chewy and bringing shit, or a genuinely concerned Ireland fan thinking,
Will Ireland ever win the World Cup? Straight answer, yes.
When?
I think they win the next World Cup in Australia.
oh,
No?
I think that's a big call, Jim.
I don't think it's a big call. They're the world number one currently, Roberto, so it's not a big call.
But they are renowned for being very good in between World Cups.
Oh, that's being harsh. I'm trying to bring back my Irish friends, but I genuinely think, and it's a hard one to call, it's going to be close, but I think they get out the quarterfinals. That hoodoo will be off their back. Don't even know who's in their pool. No one knows because it's not been drawn yet. But I think this is the time for Ireland. They need to get the 10 spot on, whether that's Jack Crowley or Kieran Frawley. I've got a feeling in our lifetime, in my lifetime, however long I live, we see Ireland win the World Cup. And I think that that's the next one in Australia.
If we do have this new World League, and they go on and win that, because arguably between them and South Africa, number 1 and 2, back and forth, if they can win something in between a World Cup, it takes the pressure off, that quarter-final curse.
Potentially. I don't think they need that. I think they're good enough. Andy Farrell at the helm, world number one. Well, we will see. I've tipped Ireland to win the next World Cup in Australia.
2027.
Yeah.
So, dear Jim, is it play on for anyone over 40 to wear Nike Air Jordans? And that's from Felix23Z.
Felix23Z. Is it play on for anyone over 40 to wear Nike Air Jordans? Well, I'm actually wearing a pair, but mine are black.
Sake.
Mine are black, though. Look, there you go. So for the people who are listening,
What size are they?
they're a size 14 and a half. So I can't get anything else to fit me, but it is a perfectly understandable question. And when it came in, I asked my son, I said, JJ, is it all right for your dad to be wearing Jordans? And he did pause, and he was like, yeah. But then it got me thinking, I was like, is it all right for middle-aged men to wear Nike Air Jordans? Rob, no?
Yours are all right because they're black.
They're black. They're not showy.
But if you're wearing white with blue straps, and that's not play on for me.
Yeah, I do see a lot of famous people wear Nike Air Jordans. They can maybe pull it off because they're famous. I don't know because I don't give a shit. But yeah, it's got me thinking anyway, Felix23Z. I'm thinking when Christmas comes round, I'll be 42. And I normally ask Santa every year for a pair of Nike Air Jordans, plain white, plain black. But I was considering some colours, but now I'm second-guessing myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't, mate.
So, is it play on for anyone over 40 to wear Nike Air Jordans? Only if they are plain.
Bodmin Beast has asked the best and worst things about being so tall.
The worst thing is clothes.
Nothing fits.
Nothing fits, ever. And when I was a poor man and a poor boy when I was younger, can you imagine what I was wearing? Hush puppies for school and for PE, holes in the bottom. And I was desperate for a pair of Reebok pumps. Desperate. But I was a size 14, size 15 at the age of 15, 16. So
if you're tall, do you have to have big feet? Is that
No.
does that just come along with it?
No, you're either all in or you're not.
Right.
You're either tall with small feet and look ridiculous, or you're my height, 6'9" with big feet, and everything's in proportion. But yeah, I'd say the worst thing is buying clothes, and everyone stares at you. You don't know whether they're staring at you because they recognise you or just because you're so tall.
But as a shorter gentleman, I am 5'10" and 3/4 maybe.
5'6", but yeah, that's fine.
A lot of women say that they find they like the tall man, don't they?
Yeah, you do find that, Rob. Yeah, that is a positive. Yeah. So that's what my wife Rebecca would say. Yeah, well, there is that. It's
and
a sign of
if you're
strength.
Yeah, and if you're taller, people can't see the biscuit on top of your head, can they?
Very
true. Further up.
Very true. But yeah, that's not the good thing about being tall, that people can not see the biscuit. One of the other worst things is travelling. Travelling is not made for many people taller than you, Rob, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So travelling's a nightmare.
Aeroplanes,
yeah. Which I'm travelling a lot. What are the good things? The good things are
international rugby career.
There you go. I would never have played rugby. I would never have played sport and been a professional athlete if I wasn't this size. So maybe that's one of the
That's
positives.
why I never made it, I think.
I reckon if you were tall, you're into kickboxing, I reckon. Seeing you kick them pads,
yeah.
if you were 6'6", you would have made it all the way.
Exactly.
You wouldn't beat Alex Pereira, though. My goodness me, he is a savage.
Quick one, coffee or beer?
Coffee or beer? Who's this from? Grand Forager, Scottish. Coffee. I'm a morning man now.
Oh, mate, come on.
Really? Coffee or beer? So if you had to choose one, you would go beer over coffee?
100%.
Oh, my
This is from a
gosh.
man who drinks water, coffee or beer. There's no, apart from liquid death, of course.
Well, that's water.
But yeah, I'm not giving up beers.
No, I would give up beer for coffee.
Is that not like the point of life that you're in now, though? Like, you've sort of turned a corner with your alcoholic beverage consumption, haven't you?
Yeah, I drink a lot less.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than waking up in the morning, fresh. Let's put that out there, fresh, and having a cup of coffee that you can taste. If you've had a few beers and a late night, you feel like shit. The coffee doesn't taste right. You're not fully there. You're not immersed into your life with your kids and your training. No better feeling than an early morning coffee.
Right. But think of deathbed, thinking back on all the greatest moments of your life.
Oh,
How many of them have come from drinking coffee, or how many
None.
have come from drinking the beers?
none. But are you thinking on your deathbed, I want a coffee or I want a beer? I want a beer.
I'm having a beer, so it's beer.
It's beer. Fuck it.
Dear Jim, a house full of girls or a house full of boys? From Steve Crawley too.
Steve Crawley too. A house full of girls or a house full of boys? Well, I wouldn't know because I've got both. So half and half. And it's a straight answer. Full of boys. I thought it would have been full of girls. The testosterone with boys, like the fighting and stuff like that. But actually, the emotions of the girls. I thought I was ready. I ain't ready. I don't know. I can discipline my boys. I can speak to them direct. It's quite black and white. There's just so many layers with the girls. That's it. It's a simple answer. So, house full of boys. You got a house full of boys?
I've got a house full of boys, and your girls haven't hit teenage years yet.
No.
So all my mates that have got little girls, they always say they're nice and easy, you know, they play nicely together. But I think the minute they hit puberty, I think that's when it goes south for girls.
Correct. And on that point there, that's why I say that, because my youngest is 11 going on 12 going on 15. And I've seen a snapshot of that and I'm like, holy shit. So I will get the boys, get them out in the garden, kick them out the house, old school. But hey, I'm happy. I've got the best of both worlds. So, but in answer to the question, if I had to choose one, I'd go a house full of boys. But the girls, they know that I love them dearly.
Good luck to their boyfriends as well coming home.
Yeah,
Christ.
fucking right. Don't bring them into my house.
And one from me, Jim,
Yes, Roberto.
because you know I love my podcasts.
Yes.
Which is your top 3 recommendations right now?
Top 3 recommendations. Well, I'm all over New Heights at the minute.
Obviously.
I know. I
Yeah.
keep sending you clips from that. Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce, positive masculinity. Travis is going out with Taylor Swift. Jason Kelce's across everything. He's a legend. 2 NFL brothers, legendary men, very positive guys, and a lot of ads. There's a lot of ads in there that are
Yeah.
unapologetic about it, and that's one negative, but I just like it. I'm getting slowly into the NFL now, and it's a great way to learn about it. And it's American, they do things right, but yeah, being in the podcast world, they're the number one, or one of the top podcasts, number one sports podcast in the world right now, so it's only right that I listen to it. So that's my number one. I'm back on Joe Rogan.
Oh, Joe.
Well, you sent me the last one with Israel Adesanya, and I'm big into my UFC. He went a little bit too right wing, and then he's kind of come back a little bit. But the UFC ones, the MMA
Yeah.
ones, there's none better.
The fight companions are great.
Fight companion, that's the dream, to do a rugby companion. You know that as well.
Imagine
Yeah,
4 of us pissed up in here watching the rugby.
it'd be great.
That is my dream.
It would be great, and we will make it happen one day. I've been on it for about 3 or 4 years, a copycat from Joe Rogan's Fight Companion, but I'm back on Joe Rogan. That's just it at the minute. And then the last one, actually, is completely left field, and I've sent you this one, and you're a bit and ahhing about it, but Michael Anthony Show, a culture and music podcast. He did one with Pete Doherty, which, again, was an absolute masterclass of a podcast. I thought it was brilliant. He interviews people from the music industry. He's had Jake Bugg on, who's a Nottingham musician, who I used to listen to, who's going back on tour next year. He's had Yap Stam on. He's had
footballer.
Yeah, he's had footballers on.
Yeah.
He had Amy Winehouse's dad on there. He had Ryan Giggs' brother. Very loose, but creatively very, very smart. And he's into the culture and the music, and it's a space that I'm interested in learning more about. And he's a friend of a friend, and it's fucking loose. And that is called The Michael Anthony Show. So the top 3 podcast recommendations right now is New Heights, Joe Rogan, and The Michael Anthony Show. Enjoy.